Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Rose, and as always, I'm very much happy to connect with you. And you're watching a Talk with Rose, and I'm your host. So, where can I start? In my line of business, actually, I get to interact with different type of people, as in almost every day. I interact with a lot of people whom we became much close, and I realized that most of them they go through quite a hard time during a heartbreak, as in that process where you are heartbroken, the process for that process that you are in until when you are healed. Most of them they go through, I can say, such a depressing situation, and of which it's understandable because heartbreak is not something easy. So much emotions are involved, so much. So I was like, if these are just the people that I know who go through a lot in that process, what about those ones whom I don't know? Mm? And that's why I decided to bring this topic today for us to talk about it. Actually, we make it more like a conversation, and what I mean is that even after the video, you can still comment down below. We talk more about this topic because so many people go through such a hard time during that process, because heartbreak is not easy. You can imagine this person whom you have been used to for maybe a year, 2 years, or even sometimes more than 10 years. You have been used to this particular person. You are used to that. You share everything together. You talk almost per day. You talk every day. Anything you do, you always involved him or her. Wherever you do your things together, picnics, you have very happy moments together. And then all of a sudden, that person wants to cut off, as in off. It's not that easy. Trust me, it's not easy. I've also been there, and I know even most of you have been there, and also maybe you are in that situation right now. It's not easy. Trying now to learn how to do your things alone, how to make to live without communicating with the person, how to adapt back to your life without that person, the person you have been so used for a very long time. It's not easy. Trust me, it's not. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of self-care for your heart, a lot of, I can say, even motivation, because during that time I also needed it. But the good thing I can tell you is that time heals every wound, and it's normal for you to feel that way at that particular time. And so we'll talk more on how you can take care of yourself during that time, and what can help you more until you overcome that stage. So stick along with me as we go through it together. So the first point, the first point, which I also followed during that time when the heartbreak also gave me a punch. The first point is give yourself time to grieve. It's really okay. As in, take as much time as you want to grieve, because grieving will help you to let go of the pain, the anger, the loss that you feel has happened, or even the guilt. It will help you get away with all that. Take your time to grieve. Don't rush into anything, and that's the mistake. That's the mistake that most of us do. You rush. Until now, you rush into things that maybe even they are not. They're even worse than the ones you had before. So don't feel like, I'm heartbroken, let me now find a replacement. You never know. Maybe due to that rush, you might end up with someone who was even worse than the one you had before. So don't rush into anything, even if your partner has already moved on. It's not a competition. It's not a competition. Take your time. Who knows? Maybe even he had that other person even before he or she broke up with you. Maybe he was already with that other person. You just come to find about it now. So don't rush, even if your partner has moved on, because obviously if he or she was the one who broke up with you, mostly has moved on. So even if he has moved on, don't rush yourself. don't rush. You might end up with something that was less than even what you are leaving behind. If he has moved on, take your time. It's not a competition, and I repeat, it's not a competition. Give time for your heart to heal, and have that self time. This self time, you don't have to be with someone every time. Just have a moment of yourself. Plan about your things on your own. For once, learn how to do things alone. So give yourself that time to grieve. And now when everything has settled, you are much in a sober mind, you can come sit down and analyze like what was really the problem. If it was your mistake, you realize how to correct it in your next relationship. And if it was his mistake, you also learn on how to be more careful in the next relationship that you'll be getting to have in the future. So give yourself time, get to analyze the situations that led to that breakup, so that you can also be able to go next one. And my second point is for you to find something else that gives you joy. Yes, before he or she was your happiness, your everything, and your everything. He was the one who used to give you joy when you talk to him or her, you feel happy. But now that has stopped, and obviously you should not force it. That makes you feel more desperate. So find a way you can get something else that gives you joy, rather than just soaking yourself up in tears and everything. Try and understand what else can make you happy. If going for a dinner date or a lunch date with a friend helps, go for it. Just find and see something that can distract you from deep thoughts about your ex. Being alone always will make you think so much, you'll be in so much pain. That will not be healthy for you. So find something that can make you happy. Don't forget, as you are soaking and crying, your partner somewhere is having, your ex somewhere is having the best time of his or her life. So do yourself a favor. Try and make yourself happy too. So find a new source of joy that can keep your mind occupied from deep thoughts and deep depression, that can make you happy as well. Don't kill yourself while someone there is having a wonderful time. It's not safe for you. So find a new source of joy. It can help. My third point that I'll also go for that can help is for you to have self-care to take care of yourself. Fill yourself with positivity and hope. Don't look down on yourself now that he rejected you. You are not, that does not mean that you are not of importance. Remember, he once accepted you in his or her life. So if he once accepted you, that means there's a time he saw something good in you. So now that the breakup is there, don't think that you are not of any importance. There's one thing that I always do, and it has helped me. Whenever I feel low about myself, I'll take a pen and write everything good about myself, and I'll recite it every time I feel low. It motivates me. So that's something that I learned for myself, writing down everything about myself that I love about myself, that I feel I'm good at it. I try and recite it every time because it motivates me. So don't feel like now since he left you, it means you are less of a person. No, you are a very important person. Know your worth. Try and love yourself more. Keep yourself high with a good self-esteem, and remember that you are not in control of what has happened. Maybe he has rejected you. There's one say from this lady queen that I really love. It was like, a man's rejection, it's God's protection. I really held on to that one for some time during my process, that a man's rejection is God's protection. You never know why God allowed that to happen. You never know. Maybe God was protecting you from something, or maybe God, I always say there's always a reason for everything. And if God really intended for it to be yours, it will definitely be yours. And if it's not yours, no matter what you do, it will never be yours. So Don't always think negative that the breakup has happened. You never know what was to come in the future. So always remember that a man's rejection is God's protection. Take it with a positive mindset, and so don't let anyone break you. Don't make that rejection. Don't allow it to make you feel less of yourself. Always see yourself as a very, very important person, because you definitely are. As I said before, power always lies within you. You just have to learn on how to use your powers, and you attract what you want. So have a self-value of yourself. The other thing that I would like to point on is, don't let your emotions affect the ones who are around you, like your friends, your kids if you have, or your family. It's okay to grieve, but don't let your grieving affect others or push them away. Like you can say, during that grieving time, you have different emotions. You might find yourself you are being rude to your friends, maybe because of the pain that is inside you. So I can advise, don't let your grieving or your pain push away the ones you care for. It's good to always let them know what you are going through, for them to understand that you're in pain. And also, maybe if you feel a vacation can help, or if you feel having time alone can also help you, it's good for you to take it. Just go somewhere where you feel peaceful. Like, if for me I like camping, you can go for a camp that can help you. If picnic is your thing, you can go for picnic. If adventure is just try and find something that you can go have a peaceful time for yourself as you heal, so that when you come back, you can interact better with the ones who care for you. Because trust me, such a situation can even put your friends away. They might feel like you are always moody, you don't want to talk to them, you don't want to interact with them. Maybe for them still, they don't know what's happening in you. So it's always good to explain what's happening to you, for them to also understand you, to understand your situation. If you can't handle because sometimes they say it's good to be out of where you are so much used, for you to think better. So if you want to be out for a little while, it's also okay. Let them know what's happening to you. Let them know that you need time to heal. I'm sure they will understand, because I'm sure they also care. And once everything is settled, you are back to yourself, the relationship will continue like the way it used to be, rather than pushing them away, instead of letting them know what's happening to you. So uh, don't let the ones who care, it's good to let the ones who care for you to know what's happening in you. So whatever action you take, they can understand and relate to you until everything is cooled down. The fifth point that I would also like to advise is for you to avoid activities that might remind you of him. Such activities, try and avoid them for the time being. The beautiful restaurants you used to love to go together, try and stay away from it for some time. Or the special meal that the two of you used to prepare together, also try and avoid it. Any activity the two of you used to enjoy together, try and stop it for some time, uh, because thinking more or doing more of it will make it hard for you to let go of the past, that is the memories of him, which might still hurt you. So avoid that place. If it was a restaurant, if it was a special meal, anything that you used to enjoy with him, avoid it for some time, until when now you will feel, if you visit this restaurant that you used to go with him before, you feel okay, then now you can know that you have completely healed, and you can know now that it's safe for you to continue doing such activities, to go back to the special meal or to the special restaurant. So avoid such activities that keep on reminding you of him or her for that time that you're healing. Try and surround yourself with peaceful environment, an environment that will be conducive for you to heal. So Stay away from those activities for some time until you feel you are now ready to do it again. On my sixth point, I can say it's okay to talk it out. It's very, very much okay to talk it out. I remember during my time, I had one close friend. I never allowed her to sleep at night. I will call her every time because whenever I used to express it out, I used to feel more much better. The way she used to encourage me to talk to me, I felt her words gave me more energy. So I can also advise it's good because I felt it helping me, and I'm sure maybe it can help you also. Try and no, as in I don't mean you talk to anybody, definitely no, but I'm sure you have that one very close friend whom you trust, or you have a relative whom you feel so comfortable to talk to and you trust. Those are the kind of people I'm talking to. Try and talk to the person you fully trust, that the conversation maybe will be just between the two of you. Explain your pain. Trust me, speaking it out helps a lot. It really, really does. Um, if you feel also you need a professional help, you can go for a therapist if you need it. It can also help. At the end of the day, try and get something to heal you mentally. Mental affection can really be dangerous. So aim at healing yourself mentally. With that, you can also feel better spiritually, emotionally, and everything will cool down faster. So talk it out to whoever you feel comfortable with, be it a friend, be it a family member, or a therapist. And also during this time, I can also advise for you to try and do more. Keep your mind occupied, like I said before. Find activities that can make your brain occupied. Being alone for long will just keep on bringing so many memories, so many pain, so much to think about that will not be helpful to you. So, health for you. So, if also as you find someone to talk to, also find more activities to do. Uh, if it's your work, if work keeps you busy, try and do more. If doing a charity activity, do it. Whatever, just do what you feel will give you peace, will help you heal, will make you feel comfortable. Go for it. Fight for your mental mental health. Fight for it. Do whatever you can do just to be better and to feel better and to heal. And for my last point, I can say make meaning of that breakup. Don't just see it as a breakup, but try and also learn from it. Uh, come to come to think of like come and see what really made that breakup to happen. Was it your fault? What were the causes? Was it his fault? What was his blame? And try and also see how you can prevent it from happening in your future relationship, which might happen. So I can say you take note of what has happened for you to be able to correct it in future. Learn from it, rebuild yourself from it, get stronger through it, and with that, even in the future, you will be much better and much wiser and much more educated because you have known the mistakes that has happened in this one, and now you'll be able to correct those mistakes in your next relationship. So take note of that relationship, of that breakup, and try and find a meaning from it, a meaning that can help you in your next one. And so, guys, those are my tips which helped me during my healing process. The tips of how to heal and get through a heartbreak, they really helped me, and that's why I decided to share them with you. So maybe they can also help you. And as I said before, let it be more of a conversation. So I'll also be happy if you can comment below on what helped you during your healing time so that someone else can learn from it. What was your experience during that time? So let's talk about it. Who knows? We can help someone because we are here to help each other, to motivate each other, to educate each other, and to strengthen one another. So I'm so happy to have connected with you. Remember always, You are the only person who is in control of your happiness. So don't allow anyone to control your happiness. Always remember, power lies within you and you attract what you want. If you attract happiness, you will get it. Uh, Fill yourself with positive vibe. You are stronger than you know. I always say these difficult situations always make you realize how strong you are. As they say, you have no option when being strong is your only option. So take these situations as a challenge to strengthen you up, to make you more strong, and to make you more of a fighter, you know, to overcome everything that can come your way. So that was it for me, guys. Thank you so much for being with me. Until next time, keep it locked. I love you. Bye bye.